Good morning students, welcome back to online classes. Today we shall discuss under the chapter Our Environment, that is lesson 15. Under this we will discuss the last topic, that is managing the waste we produce. So in this we shall discuss the different methods how we can manage the solid waste or the garbage. So now let us first discuss what is garbage. So garbage is any discarded or useless materials, waste materials that is thrown away is garbage. So any material which does not have further use, that is called garbage. So in our residence we produce garbage. In the cattle shed or the animal shed where the animals are kept, there we produce garbage. In the factories we produce garbage. In the fields we produce garbage. So in different places we produce a huge amount of garbage. Nowadays we are facing a huge problem regarding the disposal of the garbage, as nowadays the main reason behind this is the increasing population. As the population is increasing, so the amount of waste that is produced, that is also increasing day by day. So now the problem is disposal of the garbage, how the garbage will be disposed. And the second thing is that the lifestyle of the human beings, it has changed totally. So this change in the lifestyle and that attitude of the people and the packaging materials that are used nowadays for packing different materials that we buy from the market, that is actually increasing the amount of the waste produced by the human beings. So these all waste which are produced, first these waste can be of two categories, or we can separate this garbage into two different categories. One is biodegradable garbage or waste, and non-biodegradable. So the waste, for example, if we take the example of our house, in the house some waste are produced, like we have the vegetable peel, leftover food, over food, then fallen leaves, etc. That is human waste that is also biodegradable, animal waste that is also biodegradable. Okay, plant waste in the garden, if some plant has died, that is also biodegradable. Okay, now non-biodegradable waste that is produced in our house. It includes plastic bottles or bottles made up of plastic, then glass materials, okay, then metal cans, etc. Other than that, we have the electronic waste also. That is non-biodegradable. So first, what is essential? We have to segregate, or segregation of waste is very essential. Segregation of waste is very essential, so that we can dispose the materials according to the nature of the materials. If we mix the biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances, then you can see that it will remain for a long time, and the biodegradable waste also, it will take a long time to decompose, and these non-biodegradable substances will not be decomposed, because only the biodegradable waste can be decomposed by the microbes. That also takes time, whereas the non-biodegradable waste, they are not decomposed by biological process, or you can say they cannot be decomposed by the microorganisms. So it remains for a long time as it is. Okay, so what is needed? First of all, we need to segregate. For that reason, in the school, in the markets, if you go to some hotels or somewhere, different places, you can see in the railway station, you can see in the mall, two types of bins are placed. Even now municipal corporation, they are taking two different types of waste. Okay, they are taking from the residents, they are taking two different types of waste. One dry, which is having all the non-biodegradable waste, and the other wet, that is having the organic waste or having the biodegradable waste, so that it can be taken to the place where it can be disposed easily. Okay, so segregation of the waste is very essential. Now let us discuss different methods of disposal of this different kinds of waste. Now first we will discuss the first method. Methods of disposal of garbage. Now first, that is landfill. So landfills, actually we select the areas which are low-lying land. Low areas away from residential areas. So for landfill we select the low areas which are away from the residential area. The reason behind it, that if we select the area near the residential area, then it can cause pollution or it can lead to various kind of diseases, because when we are disposing the waste, so waste can be biodegradable, non-biodegradable, so when it is disposed or when it is dumped in a particular place, it is going to release foul smell when this bacteria or these microorganisms that decay the biodegradable waste. So usually the landfills are selected away from the residential areas, and we select the low areas. Why low areas are selected? So that land which is low, that is selected, so that we can dispose a huge amount of waste over there. So this biodegradable waste will be reduced, and then what is done here, up to 1.5 meter waste are disposed, and after that layer of soil, that is 20 centimeter. Okay, this is the low lying land. Here the waste up to 1.5 meter it is thrown, and after the waste reaches 1.5 meter, then we put one layer of soil over it. So here earlier biodegradable and non-biodegradable, both the waste were disposed, but that is not correct, because biodegradable waste will decompose, whereas the non-biodegradable waste will remain as it is, and further it will create problem as it may get into this, it will cause soil pollution and water pollution. So what is needed here, after the wastes are dumped here, if the non-biodegradable waste are physically removed over there, then this biodegradable waste will be decomposed and it will mix with the soil, and this land can again be used after it reaches the height of the normal areas. After it reaches the normal normal level of the other area, when it becomes totally normal, then it can be utilized for making park or gardens, because the soil here it becomes fertile. But if we keep the non-biodegradable waste, then we cannot grow trees or plants, because the waste will remain as it is, and it will choke the soil, and the plants will not be able to grow there, because the roots will not be able to penetrate into the soil. So it is better if we throw only the biodegradable waste and separate the non-biodegradable waste here. So now this landfill, as the population is increasing, we don't have sufficient number of low-lying areas. So now we have to think of the alternative methods also. So now let us discuss the second method. So this is first, that is landfill. Second we have Composting. Composting is the method in which biodegradable waste all the different kinds of biodegradable waste. For example, every house, at the back of every house, people can make one pit. They can make one pit, and they can make one cemented background also, or with brick they can make. Then the biodegradable waste can be thrown. Biodegradable waste. Composting is the method that is utilized only for the biodegradable waste. Here, different kinds of waste can be thrown in the pit. This is called the compost pit. And then it should be covered. It should be covered so that to prevent the growth of the vectors and the pathogens. So only the biodegradable waste will be thrown and it will be covered. When it fills totally. Here what kind of waste we can throw? Vegetable peel, fallen leaves, leftover food, some animal products also can be thrown. Plant products also, remains of plants and animals can also be thrown here in the compost pit. Only the biodegradable waste. And here, this bacteria and fungi, they degrade the biodegradable waste by the biological process, decomposes, and then they convert this. After it fills, then we have to cover it. Then after few weeks, this changes into manure. And this manure can be utilized to increase the fertility of the soil. It can be used in the crop field or it can be used in the garden as a manure. So this is one method how the biodegradable waste can be disposed. So after one compost pit is we have covered, then again we can make another pit and then again we can throw the waste. And again when this is degraded, this can be utilized, and then again this first pit can be utilized again for throwing the waste. So in this way, two pits, if it is made, it can be used alternatively for the disposal of the biodegradable waste. Okay. So now let us discuss the third method. Third method we have recycling. Recycling is the method in which non-biodegradable waste are first here all the different kinds of non-biodegradable waste like plastic, glass, metal. These are non-whereas paper is biodegradable, but it can also be sent to the recycling centers. So if you have plastic bottles, broken plastic bottles or broken glass, or if you have metal cans broken, so instead of throwing along with the biodegradable waste, if it is given to the person who comes to, like Kabadi wala, if he comes, if you give this plastic materials, broken plastic materials, broken glass or metal cans and paper to this Kabadi wala, he will take it to the place where it is dumped, and then from there with the help of the trucks or the vehicles they are taken to the recycling centers or the factories where it is recycled. So there all the materials are segregated. Only plastic materials will be kept separate, all the glass will be kept separate, and then metals will be kept separate, and paper will be separated. So then it will be sent to the recycling centers. Metal will be sent to the metal recycle center, glass will be sent to the glass recycle center, and plastic will be sent to the plastic recycle center. Same for paper, also it will be sent to the paper recycle center. So there in the factories it is again recycled. Here these materials, they are melted and again they are changed into the liquid form, and from liquid form they are again given new shapes, and again here we get the new materials out of the waste. So here this recycling, it helps to reduce the amount of waste, and the waste that is produced that can be reused by processing it, okay, in the factories. So recycling helps to reduce the amount of the waste, and it is also economic, because once the materials are produced, more amount of energy and more amount of finance is needed for the production of the materials for the first time. Whereas this materials, once it is produced from the raw materials, it takes very less time, it can be recycled easily and form the new materials, and it is very economic. So it helps to reduce the waste first. It is also economic. So within less time we can produce it, because now we no need to go and get it from the raw materials. Directly we can melt and get the material. So it is economic, it reduces the waste, okay, and it can be reused again. So it is economic also. So recycling is very effective, and this should be done instead of throwing the waste here and there. So we all need to send the non-biodegradable waste to the recycling centers through proper channel. Okay. Then fourth we have incineration. Incineration here, all the municipal waste. That is, in the big cities you can find the municipal corporations, they have big chambers, that is called incinerators. In incinerators, this is the inlet where the garbage gets into the, and here fire, and here this is the outlet from where you get the ash, and here you have filters fitted, and then you have the chimneys. This is the outlet, and here you need to provide air. So in incinerators you have the fire more than 1000 degrees Celsius. So when the temperature is more than 1000, all the different kinds of waste, because municipal waste has all different kinds of materials. It has biodegradable also, it has non-biodegradable also. So as now we are facing the problem of disposing the waste, landfills are less numbered, and composting takes time. So now this is more utilized by the municipal corporation in the cities. So what is done here? Garbage having both biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste are burnt at more than 1000 above. Inside the incinerators, the garbage is put into the incinerators where the temperature is more than 1000 degrees Celsius, and this temperature that is increased due to this heat can be utilized to produce steam also, okay, and that steam can be utilized for the movement of the turbine and production of electricity. So this heat that is produced, that can be utilized for production of steam also, and after the materials are burnt, that converted into ash. So now as a result of that, the huge amount of garbage is converted into very little. So here within a short period of time, the garbage is converted into a very less amount, and this ash is sent to the landfills, is disposed in the landfills. Now the gas that comes out of this as a result of burning of this garbage, it is passed through the filters so that the poisonous gases and the dust particles are caught here. So the less poisonous gases are then released from the chimney of this incinerators. Okay, so this is the modern technique which is utilized for managing the municipal waste and the waste that are produced from the hospitals, because hospitals, the garbage disposal is very important, because you have to take special care. This hospital waste, it has different kinds of pathogens, so it is the best, incineration is the best method for hospital waste, for the waste that are produced in hospitals. Now let us see the next one. Next we have fifth, biogas plant. For biodegradable waste. So here the animal waste are thrown into the here. Here you have the slurry animal waste. This is the digester. Okay, here you have bone shaped structure. Here the animal slurry or the animal waste. It can be the dung of the animals or the waste from the human waste also can be sent in the digester. And then here anaerobic respiration takes place, or here the bacteria, in the absence of oxygen, they degrade the slurry, and here they produce biogas. This biogas, it has methane plus CO2, okay, and it can also have hydrogen sulfide. Mainly it has methane and CO2, which is flammable and it can be utilized for various purposes. And from here, after here, the leftover here, after the production of the biogas, here the slurry is mixed with water. Slurry plus water. Here it is sent to the digester. Here the anaerobic respiration takes place and bacteria, they decompose this animal waste and they produce biogas. Here mainly the bacteria are methanogens. They are methane producing bacteria. And after the gas is produced here, the leftover slurry is used as manure. Leftover slurry is used as manure in the field. This is how the animal waste can be converted into a usable form and it can be utilized for various purposes. The biogas that is produced here, it can be used for lighting purpose, for cooking purpose and for various purposes. Okay, so this is how the waste can be. These are the different methods of disposal of waste. Thank you.